Hello, everybody, and welcome to an all-new edition of BroDown. I'm your host, Mac Davis, and with me this week and each and every single week is none other than the most hated man in professional wrestling and a former WCW heavyweight champion, Mr. Vince Russo. Hey, Vince, how you doing, my friend?
What is going on? Old Mac is back in town, man. What's happening, my friend?
Man, I'm having a pretty good day today. I can't complain. I actually got up really early, so I expected I'd be tired, but man, I am wired out. No
Good
coffee, nothing, just wired out and ready to go.
You're gonna, Mac. I got to tell you what I've been doing lately. You will get a kick out of this since you are an old radio guy, and I know you and I both love music.
Oh yeah,
Mac. I was looking like for months and months and months for an 8-track player. Okay. Because here's the problem. You can find a lot of them and none of them work.
No. They didn't work when they were new, hardly.
Yeah, exactly. And man, man. And if they work and you put the tape in and they double track, they play the 2 tracks at once. You know what I'm exactly.
Oh yeah.
I finally found a good one, a really, really good one. So now in my free time, I'm hunting down 8-track tapes. Very hard to find, bro. Like I'm telling you, man, it is not.
You're starting to sound like Bill Apter. He still uses cassette tapes when he interviews people. What do you want with an 8-track tape?
Oh,
hey,
you
know how hard those things were to find the song you wanted, and you couldn't easily manipulate an 8-track tape.
No, it's 4 channels. You can't go to particular songs.
No. Yeah. Wow, man. Tremendous. Yeah, although I agree though. I love stuff like that. I'm one of those guys. Now people think I'm nuts, but I'm actually one of those guys. If you get me into a town that has like a little antique type of place where I think I can find old radios or old microphones.
I love that stuff. Yeah, me and my wife do that all the time. We were out today going to antique shops around Denver today.
Yeah, I see, because you even dressed up again tonight for the show. I see that. So
people like to see the gun show when I come on.
I've never asked you this. What are the different ink just on that one arm? But just because I know you got a lot of them, but on that arm, what is the ink?
Janis Joplin.
Got that one.
Tenacious D. What is this? Which one? Italian New Yorker.
Oh, I recognize the one up on the top.
Batman. John Wick. Ralph Cramden.
All right. Now, is there a reason for any of these tattoos? I mean, when you get them,
these are all the things I love in my life. These are all the things I love. Baloo, Jungle Book's one of my favorite movies of all time. That's one of them. I'll show you the other arm next week, Mac.
Yeah, and we won't need to see anything else after that. But let me just say, I mean, are you just sleeves? Is that pretty much what you're into? Just sleeves?
Because I can't see getting tattoos that are covered up. To me, that's a waste of money. You know what I'm saying?
Although I tell my daughters all the time, if you're going to get a tattoo, make it somewhere where you can easily hide it in case you go to work in a professional setting and they don't like those, you know.
I'm the complete other way. I don't like to hide.
Yeah. Oh, no, I don't blame you. I've got them too, and I don't care.
Yeah.
Let's see. We opened up tonight's SmackDown show with a tribute to Hulk Hogan, who passed away just yesterday. And it was led by Triple H on the stage with all the talent, current and former actual wrestling stars were there for the 10-bell salute, followed by a video package paying tribute to Hulk Hogan. I want to say that I enjoyed it. Was 11 minutes long, which was really kind of a nice nod to Hogan. I mean, this was a long piece of business here. And I thought the package was done very well. The only thing, if I had to make any kind of critique of this at all, I would have rather have had a different narrator for that video package. I don't know why. And it's nothing against, Triple H. It's just that for some reason, his voice didn't fit that package to me. What did you think?
That's I got to tell you, man, look at the guys you had on that stage.
Yes.
And you had a lot of guys that made a lot of money with Hogan.
Oh yeah.
That would have been awesome to do. Let Slaughter do a portion of it. Let DiBiase do a portion of it. Let Hacksaw do a portion of it. But again, bro, the other side of the coin is, Mac, they probably didn't have time to do that. I mean, they had to get all those legends in today. You know what I'm saying? I mean, that would have been awesome if they all had a piece of it. Man, bro, Jimmy Hart doing it, if he would have been able to get through it, would have been great. But I'm going to give them the benefit of the doubt, Mac, because they probably didn't have a lot of time to put it together. So they needed somebody probably that was there. You know what I mean?
But now, Vince, you and I both know that it's very easy to record audio. You can do that. I could do it with my cell phone with somebody. I got a special input mic I can put in there that sounds just like they're in the studio.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's not that difficult where these guys, like you were saying, couldn't have said something and they could have pieced that together rather quickly. I mean, if I can do it here in about 5 minutes, I know they can do it probably in half that time.
Yeah. I mean, that would have been cool. That would have been cool if you would have let the guys that he worked with do it. That would have been really cool.
As a matter of fact, we got Hannibal Miles, talking about was that Triple H narrating the Hogan tribute, shaking my head. Yeah, it just didn't feel like it was connected. I even noticed at one point during that promo, and I don't mean to batter it down, but they're just little things that I hear because I am one of those guys that gets into the voice work of video packages. And I heard him even when he said WCW. Listen to how he said that. He said it with disdain. Even during that promo, and it's like, God, let it go. Will you just let it go?
I know. I'm with you, man. I'm with you. Yeah.
What were your feelings overall, though? The 11-minute tribute, basically, that they gave Hogan at the beginning. Did you like it?
I did like it. I thought it was cool. I thought they handled it really, really, really well. It just breaks my heart to see Jimmy Hart up there. Like, that's the one, like, if anybody was so connected to Hulk, it was him. And I can't imagine, man, man, you're talking about a 40-year friendship, man. I can't imagine what that dude's going through. Those guys did everything together. But no, bro, I think they did it the right way. We know Triple H does everything, you know what he means. But, the package was nice. Having everybody up there was nice. I thought they did a really good job with it.
I do too. I thought it was pretty good. And I'll tell you the truth. Tonight's show, Vince, a part of me actually enjoyed. I don't know if the flow was just fast. It felt like the 2 hours went by rather quickly. And usually for me, it's a dragging show. Tonight didn't feel that way. And I know the package in the beginning kind of slowed things down a little bit. But right after we got off of that, we get in with Logan Paul in the Impulsive TV in his hometown of Cleveland. And his guest is Jelly Roll. And this whole thing starts falling apart because you get Logan Paul and Drew McIntyre with Randy Orton and Jelly Roll all in the ring. But Jelly Roll on the microphone, brother, I enjoyed that. That was really good.
First of all, let's give see, bro, here's the problem. Coach, not Coach. I'm sorry, Mac.
Here's a compliment.
Here's the problem. I enjoyed the hell out of this. There's only one very small problem.
Oh no! Oh, what's that?
Mac, these aren't wrestlers, man.
Yeah.
Okay. Honestly, bro, Logan Paul and Jelly Roll are not wrestlers. Why are they better than the wrestlers? Can somebody tell me? And what I was going to say, Mac, when Logan Paul comes out and says, "Come on, man, I heard you all chanting, thank you, Logan."
Yeah.
That's brilliant.
Yes.
That is, you talk about heel heat. That is brilliant. And like you said, man, Jelly Roll delivering. This was a very entertaining segment. The only problem is 2 out of the 4 aren't wrestlers. That's
I can't say Logan Paul's not a wrestler because
he's not. I mean, he's not a wrestler by trade.
No, but he is. He has become, I believe, a true performer in the ring.
I believe so too. But my point is, he's not a wrestler by trade.
No, I get your point. And you know what? I was thinking the entire time I saw Jelly Roll just laying into him. I'm thinking to myself, how many people in the back, they get all this TV time week after week after week. How can they even stand next to Jelly Roll and be able to say that they are the professional wrestler and he's just a guest?
Absolutely, bro. That's what I was saying. And I was entertained by this because he cut a believable promo. Logan Paul was believable. As a matter of fact, I don't even think Orton or Drew spoke. It was just the two of them.
Yep, I believe you're correct. I don't think Drew ever said anything. I know Randy didn't because he just went straight at him after he got in the ring. I did notice that Jelly Roll used a move, and it kind of made me wonder who the agent for this match may have been, but he used the black hole slam. And it is Joseph Parks still in the back of WWE right now?
Yeah, I don't know if he does SmackDown or Raw or both. I have no idea, but yeah, that very well could have been him.
Yeah, I kept thinking, what a great move for Jelly Roll, because that fits him all right. And people have seen, if they followed TNA, they know who Abyss is.
Can I tell you something, Mac? Yeah. This is what I hate. I swear to God, this is what I hate about wrestling, Mac.
You hate something about wrestling?
I was like this with Chris Parks. Like this. 10 years I worked with the dude. 10 freaking years. I can't tell you how much time we spent together. I can't tell you how much I wrote for him. I can't tell you how much I love the dude. Bro, as soon as he got a job with WWE, I have not heard from the dude since the day he was hired.
Well, then that's why you don't know if he's there.
That's what I can't stand about wrestling. Like he's a guy that will honestly think, if I talk to Vince Russo, I may lose my job. That's what I can't stand about wrestling, because he was a really, really great dude. I try to drop him lines here and there. I try to, say something funny. Nothing. I get ghosted. Is that what the kids call it today, Matt? Ghosted?
Yeah.
I get ghosted. I get ghosted. And
my kids ghost me. My wife ghosts me about every night.
Yeah, well, you and me both.
Yeah, man, I hear you. Let's see, Cupcake in here. By the way, if you want to be a part of the program, all you have to do is join us with the super chat, and we'll throw it up on the screen. You can be a part of the conversation here. Cupcake with $5 saying Vince McMahon should have done the tribute. He was the visionary, and Hogan was the catalyst for Hulkamania.
Now that's something very interesting. Could Vince have done the voiceover?
Could you imagine?
Yeah, Vince can't show up there. I mean, let's be honest, guys. I mean, and bro, honestly, I'm sure he wanted to, but no way. I mean, absolutely no way. But how interesting would it have been if we would have heard Vince's voice over that?
Yeah, having saw that, and I saw that when it first came up on the side here, and I was like, man, what a great question. Yeah. And Vince would have been somebody that been perfect for that. And could you imagine the social media popping on that video simply because Vince McMahon's voice is on that video? There's just so many positives from that.
Yeah, but again, that's where you got to ask the question, does Triple H have any kind of a relationship with Vince? Because I don't think they do.
All right, let's see. Eric with the $5 donation. If I am DiBiase, Hart, Slaughter, etc., I would have an issue with Triple H narrating the Hogan tribute. Need a proper tribute with DiBiase, Slaughter, etc. Yeah, that's what Vince was saying earlier, and I agree. You see him on the stage. Gerald Briscoe was up there. Brian Blair, I think I even saw him on stage.
Yeah, he was up there. Yep.
So, I mean, a lot of folks were up there that could have been utilized, and it was surprising to me that we only saw him for a second at the top of the stage for the 10-bell salute. They should have been utilized more.
Yeah, I'm just gonna. Mac, I gotta chalk that up to just time. They all probably flew in today. Who knows what time they got? Yeah, I can't beat them up for that. Vince doing that voiceover though would have been phenomenal.
Yeah, that would have been cool. Andrade and Ray Phoenix. We got a video package of those two. I enjoyed that. It was a little bit different.
That's what I said, bro. Every time they leave the arena, I'm going to applaud them. Because when they leave the arena, what does that mean? They took a little extra effort. Yes. So I'm always going to put that over, Mac.
So, yeah. And good stuff, too. I thought both guys did a great job in there. Alexa Bliss, she came out. She was accompanied with the cheerleader, Charlotte Flair. And by the way, they're not friends. And they'll be fighting Roxanne Perez and Raquel Rodriguez at SummerSlam. And before this match between just Alexa Bliss and Roxanne Perez gets finished, Alexa Bliss gets busted open. I think she actually she may have busted her nose. That's what it looked like to me.
I hope not.
But
your let's give them credit here too, because what happened was, because she got busted open, somebody on the scene said, let's do a live shot. That's not written in. They did that because that's what I'm talking about, bro. That's the extra step. As soon as I saw that, I was like, okay, now we're doing something. You see, she got busted up. Let's get the camera, get the crew. Let's shoot something live. That's what I'm talking about, Mac.
And that's the kind of the reason I believe why tonight's show settled so well for me, because there were efforts throughout this program of things we talk about all the time. Yeah. And you're right, getting busted open and then getting in the back going, hey, wait a minute. We need a camera. We need to come up with something fast right here. And she even had the blood all over her face. I mean, she didn't care, and she was using it. If it happens, it happens, and use it to your advantage. And they seem to really do that tonight. So it was really cool to see that. Eric also saying Charlotte as a babyface just seems wrong. What do you think, Vince?
I agree with that, but she wants to be a baby. I think Charlotte is going through a really hard time. I really do. And you know what? It's probably good that she gets cheered. I mean, in a personal life and certain things that are happening, man, we need people to cheer Charlotte Flair right now.
Yeah, Charlotte at first, and I've been saying this for weeks, that she needs to just embrace who she is and being a Flair. But there were times that Ric Flair also played a good guy. He was a face, or somewhat of a face at different times. So maybe this will work for Charlotte. I hope it works for Charlotte. I feel like maybe it is, because I think the Alexa Bliss blend with her seems to be working, because people kind of find it kind of funny now, we're not friends and that kind of stuff. Yeah. I think it's cute enough that maybe this might work, but eventually she's going to have to go heel again, because that's who she really is.
I agree with that.
All right. Let's see. Jade Cargill. She had a backstage interview. She was followed by Chelsea Green, who ends up putting her foot in her mouth, and we end up getting a match between Jade and Chelsea Green. And when it's all said and done, Jade Cargill wins. The Secret Cervix comes out and attacks. And, of course, Tiffany Stratton then comes to Jade's aid. And the one thing that I noticed in this, Vince, was that the wardrobe of both Jade and Tiffany was about the same thing. Are we getting a tag team down the line, or is that intentional, you think?
This is, why is Tiffany Stratton making the save here?
I wasn't sure. I kept thinking maybe I missed something, so I'm hoping you would tell me.
I don't know. Because in the past, I mean, if you're going to do something like this, how did we always do that in the past, Mac? Listen, we got a match on SummerSlam, and I want your best. I want to make sure you're 100%, because I don't want to have any excuses. So from now till then, I'm going to have you back. I mean, you got an explanation.
Yep.
I don't know. I'm watching this, and I'm like, what? They got a match coming up in a week. Why is Tiffany Stratton helping out Jade Cargill?
Hey, it was a head scratcher to me. The only thing I could think of is just what you said. I don't want her to get hurt because I want her at 100%. Didn't make a whole lot of sense to me either. It really didn't. And I still think that if those outfits between Tiffany and Jade Cargill were not meant to be, to look alike, then somebody should have said something long before they got out to the ring, because it looked a little bit strange to me.
Yeah.
Let's see. Dead Walk with $10 donation. Thank you, sir. This was not a tribute show, and it did more to mock Terry's memory than anything else. This was the last straw for me, and it should serve as a warning to the remaining legends. Poor Jimmy Hart. I'm not sure how it would mock his memory. Vince, what about you?
I didn't. That was not my takeaway from more. I would love to hear why Dead Walk thinks that. That was not my takeaway at all.
Yeah, I think that I thought they did a good job. That's what we said in the beginning. I really do. I thought they did a good job, and he got a lot of time for the opening of that show that really drawed in. And this is where I thought it was smart. They opened up with that tribute, which would draw in a lot of casual fans who maybe have not seen this product in a while, but they were going to watch because of the Hogan piece that they thought was coming. And I thought maybe that's why this show felt better. Maybe they put a little bit more into this because they knew eyes would be on the product.
Yeah.
So, all right. Let's see. Anything about the Alexa and Charlotte backstage moment? Anything more you want to talk about?
We just spoke about that.
We get the Hulk Hogan flashback during the show with Hogan defeating the Iron Sheik for the title. Vince, I didn't ask you this, but when did you hear about the news of Hulk Hogan when he passed away?
Man, Mac, it was so freaking weird. I was doing a show yesterday morning by myself, and I was talking about the Hogan controversy. I was talking about what Bubba's saying and what everybody else is reporting. I was talking about all that. Bro, while I'm talking about that, my daughter's trying to FaceTime me from New York. And Mac, how many kids you have?
I got 5 kids and 9 grandbabies.
Oh my God. Well, Mac, you know when the kids call, you always think.
Oh yeah.
Right? You always think.
Always the worst at first. Yeah.
Always. So, I see her trying to FaceTime me, and I wrap up my show so I can get back to her. And then I just finished cutting my show about Bubba and everything that's going on. And she said, Dad, Hulk Hogan died.
Wow.
Yeah. It was like, I was just talking about that.
Wow.
It was weird, man. It was really weird.
Yeah. And by the way, we have a special coming up, remembering Hulk Hogan, which Vince and I will be doing and be watching for that on Sportskeeda. It will be coming. But we'll be talking about a lot of things, including Bubba the Love Sponge and Hogan and how everything kind of played out. We'll talk about that. So be looking for that on Sportskeeda. Let's see. Anything about the Iron Sheik moment? I wanted to ask you about that. When did you first remember seeing Hogan perform?
Well, I watched that match in real time.
Did you? Okay.
Oh, absolutely. I 1000% remember watching that match in real time.
My first match, really, because I'm a Southern wrestling fan. So for those of us who are in the South, we didn't even know what WWE was, or even WWE. We didn't have a clue. Yeah. What we knew was Dusty Rhodes, Ric Flair, Tully Blanchard, those guys. But it was around the time that Hogan started coming into the business, and it was the Sheik. I saw a video with him and the Sheik when he won the belt. And then I started sniffing around, and I started watching WrestleMania 1, WrestleMania 2, WrestleMania 3. And man, if you missed those years, if you did not see that, go back in the archives, pull it up. That's some great stuff. And that will show you exactly how important that Hulk Hogan was to this business. You and I wouldn't even be having a discussion right now if he didn't perform back then as Hulk Hogan and get it over the way he did.
Yeah, no, Mac, that's what I've been saying. If you didn't live through that, you have no idea. You just don't know. You don't know unless you lived through it and you witnessed it and you knew how hot he was and you knew what his contributions were. If you didn't live through that, you don't have a clue.
Yeah. And I say, go back, just watch those videos. Yeah. They really are worth the watch. I promise you. Rolling into here kind of early tonight with a $9.99 donation saying, unfortunately, Hogan never made amends. The very last time that we will ever see Hogan alive on WWE TV was January 6, 2025, when babyface Hogan was humiliated and booed out of the building in California. Yes.
I think we're past that. I don't think people are going to remember that. I think people are going to remember what they saw tonight. Listen, man, I said it. If you go back and you look at that freaking promo, they didn't start booing until he started hawking his beer.
Yep.
And that's when they were like, brother, you know what I mean? That's when they really, really started booing him. But I really don't think, Mac, anybody's going to remember that.
No, I think one of the things that is sad in this country right now is that people are judged, and there are several things with Hulk Hogan, but really a lot of that had to do with the political, arena at the time. And it's shameful that we get to the point where we don't like somebody simply because of the party they choose. That's ridiculous. Some of us like vanilla ice cream, some of us like chocolate, some like strawberry. Are you going to hate me because I like strawberry and I don't like vanilla? I mean, come on. It gets ridiculous after a while. We do have, man, we got a lot of things popping in here now. Dead Walk
Here we
saying,
go. Let's hear this. Go ahead.
so for further clarification, Eddie and Owen both had interviews done and composed for them when they passed. Terry didn't. They spent more time promoting their prime drink than Terry. It's not right.
What does he mean by Eddie and Owen both had interviews done? What does he mean by that?
I think they interviewed the wrestlers, if I recall.
Okay, somebody brought that up today. Somebody brought up today the way they handled Eddie, the way they handled Owen, and the way they handled Benoit. Guys, these were three wrestlers in their prime. And these were shocking deaths. Like, these deaths came out of nowhere. It's going to be different when you have a retired wrestler. It's going to be different when you have a Warrior. It's going to be different when you have a Savage. It's going to be different when you have a Hogan. These guys are done wrestling. It's not like they were in the middle of their run and there was a tragic, shocking death. It's a totally different set of circumstances, in my opinion. A Dead Walk. I mean, Mac, do you agree with that?
I do. I think there's a significant difference, really.
I was there when Owen died. I was there when Pillman died. And, everybody's in shock. Like, it's like those deaths that, like, they came out of nowhere.
But I do think, though, Vince, the Dead Walk and just for his, help support him a little bit here. I want to say that I do think, and you said this earlier, they could have done interviews with some of these legends, and it would have been better. And maybe that's what he's talking about.
And I agree with you. But again, Dead Walk, I'm just going to give them the benefit of the doubt because we have to assume that everybody flew in today. Yes. So who knows what kind of time they had to throw this together? That's all I'm saying. I don't know. I could be completely wrong, but maybe they just didn't have enough time.
So you're actually supporting the guys there, huh?
Who?
You actually do that? You actually say nice things about the company? People won't believe that.
Yeah, when they do something good, I will. But I'm about to tear them apart for a couple of things here, though, in a minute.
Well, let's get a couple more of these in real quick. Coach V, when I didn't know wrestling existed, Rock was in movies and wasn't known and never seen Rocky 3. I knew Hulk Hogan's face, poses, and that he had some kind of a fighter and not an actor playing fights. That huge of an icon was, I guess, good.
Yeah, that's how huge of an icon he was.
Yeah. And what is that? Say $500? What is that?
Oh, ARS.
500 ARS. What is that?
That might be shekels or something like that. Rubies or something like. What do they call them? Rubles?
Rubles?
Rubles. That might be rubles.
Yeah, that might be. Yeah. I wish they put that up here so we actually knew what it was, because I feel stupid when we can't tell anybody. We don't know really what they're spending. Matt Lee, in June 1999, you put storylines aside and devoted 2 hours to the memory of Owen Hart. Today, TKO devoted 10 minutes to Hogan and Shield for prime drink.
Guys, it's not the same, Matt. I'm sorry, man. It's not the same.
Yeah, we're losing a legend versus losing a current superstar.
And you lost a current superstar in a shocking matter the night before. I'm sorry. And Matt, did I miss something with them shilling prime during Hogan?
I didn't see that. Maybe I did miss something. I don't pay attention to commercials, so maybe if they were playing commercials,
I don't know if I missed. I'm not sure what you guys are talking about there, Matt. But Matt, it's two different things, bro.
Let's see, from Instagram, a wrestling historian, do you have a favorite memory working with Hulk?
Yeah, my favorite memory working with Hulk was when we were in a production meeting at TNA and we were going over a match with Jeff Hardy. And we're getting to the end of the match and Hulk says, yeah. And then he could hit him with that wonton.
That's
bro. Bro, I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry, Mac. I lost it, bro, with the wonton, bro. I lost it with the wonton.
The wonton. Oh, I used to have a guy that I worked with in Independence, and he'd always call a suplex the souffle. And I'm gonna hand me a souffle. Like, okay, you do that. Let's see. Let's talk about more SmackDown tonight. Cody Rhodes in his Olympic jacket, getting the fans all riled up as he pays tribute to Hulk Hogan in the beginning. Then he goes on to say he wants to fight the real John Cena, and I'm starting to sniff maybe a turn coming, and maybe we'll get a double turn. What do you think?
Yeah. Well, Mac, I'm going to tell you this, and I'm just being totally honest. Okay. I did not listen to a word of this promo. Cody Rhodes promos are a channel changer for me. They've been a channel changer for a very, very long time. So I fast forwarded through it. You know, I was ready to watch it if there was action in the end, if Cena was going to come out or something, but it was just Cody. I did not listen to a word of this. And bro, I'm not even going to say I pray, because quite frankly, I really don't care what they do. But the reality of the situation is they need to do a double turn. Cody is a freaking heel. Cody has been a heel from day one. And maybe if they turn Cody heel, Mac, that will force them to reset everything.
Would that also help explain why John Cena cowered away from him a week ago? That maybe he's nervous of him, or he doesn't trust him, or whatever it may be. I do think that after the time of Cody being in the ring, my gut impression was we got a double turn coming at SummerSlam. Yeah. Because eventually John Cena has got to turn face. He's not going to end his career as a heel. Right. I'd be surprised if that happened. So is this the perfect place? Could be. If they make the story hot enough between now and SummerSlam, they only got one more show really to do that. And if they do, it could be really interesting to see what happens at SummerSlam.
Yeah.
God knows there's 2 days of SummerSlam. Are you reviewing any of that?
Thank God. No, they didn't ask me. Thank God, man. Thank
2 days.
God. I am not. I am. I'll see. I'll watch the highlights if there's anything I have to watch.
Let's see. Gringo Brandino. Hogan versus Heenan was my favorite rivalry. What are your favorite moments or memories or personal interactions with both? Thanks for the great content. Thanks, Gringo. We appreciate it.
Well, to me, you know, the Hogan Savage program was absolutely tremendous, absolutely tremendous, and and Heenan on color, man. I mean, Heenan on color, Heenan and Gorilla. I mean, that was just brilliant stuff, man. Brilliant stuff.
I was saying on another show the other day for Sportskeeda that I miss the days of Bobby the Brain Heenan and Mean Gene Okerlund, and I still feel like there's a place for those characters today in wrestling, but they just got to find the right people. But if they do, it would add a lot to the show. I agree. Because the comedy, the levity that you would get from Bobby the Brain Heenan, oh my God, I would tune in just to watch him and the King, Jerry Lawler, just to hear some of the lines that they would use. And I would steal the lines. I'm not going to lie to you. On the radio, on the morning show, there were many times I was using lines that came straight from Bobby the Brain Heenan.
That's awesome.
You know, it's just good stuff. Yeah. Let's see. What else do we have here? Did it go? Okay, that was the last one. All right. Let's talk about the recap of the 3-car accident from last week, Vince. They do show that again. We still get no backstage video of how the accident happened, or the fact that why did they even wreck a car if
that's
you're not
gonna... Exactly. You know, like, my God, you're going to wreck a car and we're not going to see it. Like,
oh God. Can you imagine Vince having done that? Vince would have had concrete poured in it and everything else. I mean, you know, by the way, you were there during the concrete pour?
I wrote that, baby. I wrote
that. What a great piece of TV that was.
Yeah, that was
those windows explode from the concrete again, it's those small moments that may not seem like much, but they're what you remember later on when it comes to WWE.
Yeah.
All right, let's talk about also we get a match because Fatu and oh God, I'm trying to remember who it all was in this match here. It was Jacob Fatu.
Miz and Fatu, yeah. Bro, I got to ask you a question, Mac. I swear, if I was a betting man, I'm going to bet that you don't know the answer to this question.
Probably not.
Because I don't know the answer to this question. What does MFT stand for?
I have no idea.
Bro,
no idea.
They keep calling them MFT, and I'm begging them to tell me what that's. What is MFT, guys? What is that?
I can come up with several names. I just couldn't say it here. Not at the family sitting around.
I have no idea what the MFT is, but here's where they're gonna get. Here's where they're gonna get lambasted. Okay, so you got the match between Fatu and Miz. Here comes the MFT. Why in God's name is the referee allowing them to hang around ringside, man? That's what I hate. That's lazy booking. Because yes. I can tell you this, Mac. Anybody can go back and watch the Attitude Era. If anybody did a run-in, they did a run-in. And as soon as they did a run-in and did something, the ref would throw them out. They didn't hang around ringside for 10 freaking minutes. This is what I hate. This is what I hate about what they do. Why wouldn't the referee send their asses to the back? Why would he allow 4 guys to stand around the ring for the entire match?
And it reminds a lot of people who watch both AEW or have seen AEW and WWE. You start making comparisons to the things that they allow, because one of the things that AEW gets criticized for is that the referees allow everything to happen. And here you are doing it in WWE.
I can't stand that, bro. That is such a lack of creativity. And you know what the bottom line is, Mac? When you look at this match, okay, Fatu goes over Miz. They didn't need to be out there. They could have came after the finish. There was no reason for them to be out there during the match.
Zero.
I hate that, bro. That is, guys, that is what you call lazy booking. Bro, can you guys imagine guys, imagine this, a UFC fight. And 2 guys are having a UFC fight. And the number 2 contender comes out and is standing outside the cage for the entire match trying to get involved. Think about that, man. I hate that crap, Mac. And then they wonder why I get hot.
I can't imagine why you get hot. All right, let's see. Traffic Jam saying Hulk Hogan versus The Rock at WrestleMania 18 is surreal. That is one of the last huge moments that I can recall of Hulk Hogan. Is there another one that you can think of?
I never saw the match.
You never saw The Rock and Hogan?
I've never seen that match.
Oh, man, you got to go back. Why don't you watch it? Is it something you just don't choose to watch?
When I was working at TNA, I didn't watch any WWE, nothing, like zero. Like I never saw Punk's run. I never saw Trish Stratus's run. I never saw Bryan Danielson. I never saw any of that, bro. I was too busy working.
Oh, there's some good stuff in there. Hey, you might be missing some good stuff. Yeah. When it comes to, I want to bring this up real quick, Jacob Fatu and the MTFs or MFs, whatever they are. Did you feel like they were just kind of thrown into the show haphazardly tonight? I mean, after everything that happened last week, shouldn't that been somewhere near the beginning of the show where you still kind of follow up with what was going on and continue that heat into this show?
Yeah, well, I mean, it's the same spot every week. I mean, it's just the same exact spot every week. You know, they're going to come down. They're going to get involved in Fatu's match.
Yep.
Then Jimmy Uso is going to come down. Like it's just house show formula.
All right, let's talk about BFAB and the Street Profits. They were in the back with DIY and a quick backstage moment. Your thoughts?
We'll get to that when we get to the schmaz at the end.
Okay. Which, by the way, you're going to have to tell me what happened at the end, because my YouTube TV died just about 10 minutes into the last part of the show.
All right, Dutch.
John, by the way, I do see people asking about Dutch. Dutch, it's not that Dutch isn't a part of the show anymore. He got his own show on a Monday night, I believe it is Monday nights on Sports Kita, and you can follow him there. But he was trying to pop around. We're trying to find the right spot, and that's where he ended up. But I'm sure Dutch will pop in occasionally on this show, so don't be surprised. Let's see. John Cena's video package that they did on how great John Cena is and blah, 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 blah. This is another thing that kind of had me thinking, are we going to see, a double turn at SummerSlam? Because here they are propping up John Cena.
I think we are, Mac. I really do. I mean, I think we definitely are going. They need to shake something up, man. They need to do. So what are they going to put the title on Cody as a baby face? And they got to shake something up.
Yep. All right, let's talk about Hulk Hogan and Andre. They did show a clip back of WrestleMania 3. For me, when it comes to Hulk Hogan moments, that's number one.
Yeah, I agree. I definitely agree with that. That whole program, the entire program. Yeah.
Let's see, JC in here. Yada mean. Yada.
Yeah, that's what Fatu says. Yeah,
I can't do it the way he does it.
Yada mean. Yeah.
Yada mean.
Yada mean.
You got a black bean. Let's see. I don't know. Let's see. We also had Julia and Zelina Vega backstage, and also Clipboard Karen. I did like the line, but I don't get this feud between Julia and Zelina.
Is she new? I have a question mark. I didn't know. Who's Clipboard Karen?
I don't know who she is, but she just showed up. I think tonight may have been the first night she was there.
Question mark Vega. I had no idea who this girl was.
I don't either. And did they just kind of throw people in there? You know, we were talking about that recently too. One of the problems that WWE tends to have is they throw people on the screen without telling you who they are.
Exactly.
And there's no backstory, so nobody gives a shit. That's the problem.
Exactly.
All right, let's see. Deadwalk. I love Hogan, but why do they only talk about WrestleMania 1, WrestleMania 3, or WrestleMania 18? Where's the Bundy love for WrestleMania 2 or the WrestleMania 6 match? WrestleMania 19 is not getting to be talked about due to obvious reasons.
I swear to God, Deadwalk is going to take all of us. What's Vince trying to get a job there? He's all of a sudden pro WWE. Deadwalk, I promise you, they will make a Hulk Hogan documentary and they will talk about all of that stuff. I promise you within the next month, you will see a Hulk Hogan documentary produced by the WWE. I promise you.
Oh, of course. I mean, look, if we haven't learned anything about TKO, the new company, they're going to get as much money out of this as they possibly can.
This was odd, Mac. You tell me how you feel about this. I thought it was cool, but I also thought it was odd. So they promote at the end all these Hulk Hogan t-shirts they're selling, and they said 100% of the profits are going to Hulk's family. Bro, when you're watching this, like, would you think that Hulk Hogan's family is hard up for money? I'm like, wait a minute, like, bro, do you know how much money those kids were? Like, who are we leaving that money to?
It's still a nice gesture, though.
It's a nice gesture, but it made it seem like Hogan's family needs the money.
Yeah.
I was like, wait a minute.
In order for us to be able to help support this family. I get what you're saying.
It was just weird because I'm like, I think they're going to be okay, Hogan's family.
I think they'll be okay.
Yeah.
He's got a new fight league that's starting up, or a wrestling league, which is still said to be going on. And he also has, if I'm not mistaken, a restaurant in New York that he's opening too.
Yeah.
Wow. All right, Eric saying, Vince, how much more show review time you got left?
About 3 minutes, Eric. And I'm gonna blow it all on this last freaking match.
All right, here we go. Roland Curtis, and then we're going to get to this last match with $9.99 in here. Eerie coincidence, Hogan passed away yesterday on July 24th, 2025. Hogan's N-word scandal broke when the National Enquirer published the transcripts on July 24th, 2015, exactly 10 years ago to the exact day.
Where's my conspiracy music? Hold on. Yes. Interesting, Roland. Very, very, very interesting.
All right. Let's talk about this last match tonight. Andrade, Ray Phoenix, Wyatt Sicks. I didn't get to see the very end of it, so you're going to have to take it from here. Tell me what you did not like about this.
Okay, Mac, this turned in with one team after the other, hitting. And, you know, they're shining the Wyatts, then they're shining the Guns, and then they're shining the Six Profits, and then it's one giant schmaz. And here comes Nick Aldis, and it's going to be a big tag team match at TLC, a TLC tag team match at SummerSlam. Did you watch any of this, Mac?
I got to about 10 minutes, and I had actually no, it was 9 minutes left, and the main event had finally gotten underway with 9 minutes of the show left.
Okay, so
and then I
I
lost everything after that.
Mac, my whole thing is I'm watching this, and this team's on top, and that team's on top, and this team's on top, and that team's on top, and I'm watching this, and I have one simple question: who am I supposed to be rooting for?
Yep.
Who am I supposed to be? 1 second, the Guns are on top. Then the Wyatts take out the Guns. Now the Wyatts are on top. Then the Street Profits take out the. Who am I supposed to be rooting for?
I asked myself the very same question, which is funny because I actually was sitting there going, okay, and this is before we got to that point. I've been doing this for weeks. Why do I care about any of the tag teams in the back? Because normally we see them in the back. Yeah. And my gut is always saying, who do I actually care for? And I don't. I have no care for who wins this match. I don't care if the Sicks stay. I could care less. I really care.
And then, Max, so, all the agents are out there. They're all fighting up here. Oh, this is awesome. This is awesome. The whole 9 yards. Aldis makes the announcement, and this is all I could think of. Bro, that's great, man. You're going to put all these people in a TLC match, and how many are going to get hurt? That's all I could think of. I swear to God, that's all I could think of. How many of these guys are going to be hurt after that match?
How many of those guys really belong in a TLC match? I mean, there's a certain breed of people that get in those kind of matches, and a lot of these folks are not the ones who need to be in those matches. But
yeah, whatever.
All right. Anything else you want to talk about before we get out of here tonight, Vince?
That is it. We're going to do this Hogan show now, right?
Yeah, we're going to, Vince and I are about to record the Hulk Hogan special, remembering Hulk Hogan, and we will have that up on Sportskeeda. That'll be within the next week here. You'll be seeing that as well. So, but until then, we'll be back here with BroDown, same time, same place. And real quick, before we get out here, Vince, tell everybody how to get a hold of you and how to get a free week.
Yeah, guys, go get your free week of Russo's brand. It will cost you absolutely nothing. Patreon.com/Russo TWC. If you like it after that, you could sign up, bro, for 75 cents a week. Patreon.com/Russo TWC.
And you can find me at Road Trip After Hours. If you look right behind me, that's Teddy Long. We do a show on Thursday nights live at 7 o'clock Eastern time. And stop by and subscribe. I appreciate everybody who's going by. Ever since we started doing this show, the amount of people subscribing to Road Trip After Hours, I can't thank you enough for doing that. All right, Vince, we're out of here. I will see you again next week. Same time, same place.